Everybody, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look ahead to the start of September today. It looks so it could be seeing a pattern that we very often see once we get through to September. High pressure beginning to build in from the southwest, giving us some warmer, drier weather for the start of September. But before we get to that, we've got very unsettled weather to get through, and we're going to have a look at the bank holiday weekend as well. It is a bit grim, I'm afraid, for many parts of the country, with quite a bit of rain to come. This is the current situation with the radar picture. We've got rain down to the southwest, so rain through southwest England, Wales, and much of Ireland. That's going to be moving northwards through the course of the day. We'll have a look at how that develops in a moment. Just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at gavsweathervids.com. Please play those video ads because you'll be supporting gavsweathervids.com by doing that. So this is the NAE model, and this is the high resolution model from the UK Met Office. Actually, the BBC, they actually use the NAE model for the BBC forecast. So once you turn on BBC forecast in a moment, you'll be seeing this model for the precipitation forecast in the BBC forecast through this morning and up towards lunchtime as well. So this is the current situation. The rain across Ireland, Wales, southwest England. We've got showery rain across northern, southwestern parts of Scotland as well. As we run through these charts, you'll see how this rain develops through the course of the day. The rain will move northwards and eastwards across England and Wales in particular. There it is by 6 o'clock this evening. Quite a bit of rain coming through Wales, many central southern counties of England. Going through in towards the evening, that rain becomes very persistent across England, Wales in particular, particularly through the Midlands in towards East Anglia and southeast England by midnight. Some heavy rain there beginning to turn a bit more showery around southwestern parts of England. Rain extending back through the Irish Sea in towards Ireland as well. Notice the rain doesn't really push up to Scotland. Scotland stays out of trouble with this particular weather system today, by the looks of it. Now, as we go through towards Saturday morning, we're going to find the persistent rain starting to clear away towards the northeast, where it's still there across the northeast and east. Wrap-around rain coming into Ireland, very heavy rain there. For Wales, southwest England, we've got heavy showers beginning to come in off the Irish Sea. And as we go through Saturday, what we're going to find is those heavy showers become very widespread across England and Wales. Going to be some really torrential downpours across England, where there is the showers showing up here across England and Wales. Some very heavy thundery downpours. There could be some thunderstorms mixed in as well. Now notice the ice bars are tightly packed through the Irish Sea and around the south coast, so it will be windy through Ireland and the Irish Sea coast and around the southern coast. But the ice bars are opened out here across England and Wales, very spaced out ice bars. So winds will be light. That means that the showers won't be blowing through quickly, but will be slow moving, prolonged and heavy. So yes, there is potential for some really quite torrential downpours across central parts of England through the course of Saturday. These western southern areas still getting a lot of heavy rain. It's just that the rain will be blowing through more quickly, although this is persistent rain here coming through Ireland in towards southwestern England. That actually develops through the south coast as we go through Saturday evening. There it is there through southwest England along the south coast. Could turn very wet there, but elsewhere across England and Wales it's a case of heavy showers, thundery showers, thunderstorms, and quite slow moving downpours. Notice again Scotland generally staying out of trouble with this. Scotland having a lot of decent weather, although there will still be showers, but it's certainly nothing like the torrential downpours of further south. Now by the time we get through to the early hours of Sunday, what we're going to find is that low pressure clears away towards the North Sea. It's going to take the showers off into the North Sea. And then we're building up this very, very weak transient ridge, but Sunday probably the best day. Now there still could be some showers down the eastern side on Sunday afternoons, and those may still be on the sharp side, but really I think Sunday gets the best of the weather, the best of the following weather should be had as we go in towards Sunday. But it won't last, because by the time we get through to Monday, we're looking at this deep Atlantic storm system developing out in the Atlantic, a very deep area of low pressure. And that transient ridge is quickly slipping away to the east, and we're bringing up this southerly flow ahead of this low pressure, and that's going to bring up a lot of rain into western parts of the country. So the precipitation forecast for Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, shows that heavy rain coming through much of Ireland in towards these western areas, Wales, southwest England, up in towards western, southwestern Scotland, turning wet and windy through the course of Monday morning. Central eastern parts of the country dry to start off with, but the cloud thickens up as we go through the day, and certainly by the time we get through towards Monday evening, many parts of the country turning wet, much of the north and the west and central areas turning wet. Notice the southeast still largely dry, so that's the coast to go to on Bank Holiday Monday. Yarmouth, Lowestoft, Margate, those sort of areas should get the best of the weather on Bank Holiday Monday, because the rain won't get there probably until into the evening, but certainly northern and western areas do look like turning pretty wet and windy through the course of Monday. Now, as we go into next week and into the middle of next week, it's staying very unsettled. Low pressure is coming in again as we go into Thursday, the 30th of August. Tightly packed isobars here again, so it will be windy and wet across many parts of the country. So the rest of August really is a bit of a write-off, I'm afraid, as I did a video a few days ago saying that August looks very unsettled. It does look unsettled now for the rest of August, but then we start to see signs of a change going into September, and we start to see this area of high pressure building up from the Azores on the 1st of September. Low pressure clearing away to the northeast, and this low in the Atlantic is showing signs of stalling. So as we go through towards Monday the 3rd of September, we see this area of high pressure becoming quite a nice feature here across many parts of England, whereas it's still unsettled further north, still probably sunshine and showers for Scotland, but really the bulk of the country having a good deal of fine weather by Monday the 3rd of September, and it would be warming up as well. Probably not a heat wave, it's probably a bit late in the year to be talking about heat waves, but certainly temperatures up to around 24, 25 degrees, so somewhere around the mid-70s Fahrenheit is quite possible, and that really is quite pleasant. Now, this is often what we see in September. We do often see warm, dry, sunnier conditions for the start of September, and this year doesn't look any different. So this isn't anything particularly out of the ordinary. We often get a warm, dry spell at the start of September, and as we go through to Tuesday the 4th of September, that high pressure is still there, really giving a lot of fine weather across many parts of the country. Now, I should just say that this is all quite tentative still. The models have been swinging around quite wildly over the last few days, so don't take this too seriously. There's quite good agreement on this morning, but it's too far out really still to take it with that much certainty, and particularly at this time of year, because we see tropical developments in the Atlantic and the models struggle to develop those tropical storms. They struggle to model them. We do tend to see wild swings from the models at this time of the year, so we do have to be careful. Model reliability isn't as great as it would normally be at this time of year, purely because of the fact that we've got tropical storms in the Atlantic. Although we don't often get impacted directly by those tropical storms because they're in the Atlantic, that tends to throw the whole of the Atlantic pattern into a certain degree of chaos. But anyway, this looks quite nice. By the 4th of September, high pressure very much is dominating the weather. So as we go through then towards the middle of the second week of the period, which is going to be, once the chart comes up, it's taking a long while to appear. Here it is, Thursday the 6th of September. We start to see the high pressure then pulling back out to the west, and we bring down this northerly wind. But this is all a long way off, actually. This is 324 hours away, so I wouldn't take that too seriously. But maybe high pressure beginning to break down then as we go towards the end of the first week of September. It would be around the period, but often sees the high pressure beginning to weaken. The ECMWF, we start to see the high pressure ridging in by Thursday the 30th of August, so this is a bit quicker bringing the high pressure in from the Atlantic, and by the time we get through to the 1st of September, nice high pressure there across much of England, Wales, 1025 millibars. Would be warm, dry, temperatures maybe up to around the low 20s, and by the time we get through to Monday the 3rd of September, that high pressure very much dominating the weather, perhaps still some showers up to the north of Scotland, but really we're under high pressure here. It'll be warm, dry, temperatures maybe up to 24, 25, the upper 70s, mid to upper 70s Fahrenheit. Quite nice indeed, and by the time we get through towards the latter stages of next week, then the high pressure may start to break down just a little bit. By but then just looking at the Canadian model of GEM, the high pressure pulling out to the west on the 31st of August. Actually, the low pressure is a bit slower, carrying away to the east here to bring down this northerly wind, but that eventually does get to where we want to get to, with the high pressure building into the south. By Monday the 3rd of September, high pressure is dominating, although this is probably a bit weaker and more transient than on the GFS and the ECM. But anyway, the Canadian model is often a bit different with timings and detail. But it does look as though we should be seeing somewhat better weather for the start of September, but it's all a bit tentative, and before we get to it, we've got a lot of unsettled weather to get to. The rest of August is a bit of a write-off, but then possibly, just possibly, warmer, drier for the start of September. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow. I'll be doing the week ahead forecast, by the way. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.